Hey y'all, how are ya? Thank y'all so much for all of the follows. I really appreciate that. All right, so welcome to the very first stream of July Camp Nano's Weekend of Writing Wildly, presented by hashtag OHHOW, the 100 Hours of Writing team. If this is your first OHHOW event, welcome. This is the third one we've done. In November, we did it for the very first time, and we wrote for 100 hours straight in Nano 2020, in the weird and wild year that 2020 was. And so we had so much fun that we decided to do it again for Camp Nano, although we did shorter events. So in April, I think we wrote for 36 hours, 34 hours, 30 something hours. And then in July, we bumped it up to an even 40. So there will be 20 different streams, with this one being the first. And each stream will run for 2 hours. During that stream, there will be writing and editing and sprints and breaks and lots of encouragement to hydrate and take care of yourself. And yeah, in about 2 hours, we're going to be rating Sarah M. Norris, who is one of my mods for this stream. And then Sarah will stream for 2 hours and rate the next person, and it will continue on pretty seamlessly, hopefully, for 40 hours until this ends. For me, it'll be very early Sunday morning, and the wonderful Titch with Pitch will end this event for us. So yay! I am very excited to be here. This is my first time starting this event. In April, I was the last streamer, but this time I'm the first streamer, and I'm really kind of excited about that. We are writing for NaNoWriMo, Camp NaNoWriMo. The cool thing about camp is that you can set any goal you want. You can set a goal to write 10 minutes every day if you want, or you can write 50,000 words, or you can edit a novel, or you can write a screenplay. I think it was April Camp that was originally Script Frenzy way back in the day. So anyway, make that a thing. Last one in, first one in. I like it. Hey, Rusty. Hey, Emeritissa. Emeritissa. I love that name. All right. Yeah. I never really did Script Frenzy. Script writing isn't my thing. I did write one in college. I was in a Shakespeare course, and we had to write a script, and of course it was a group project, but thankfully I got paired up with a really good friend of mine, and he and I, and there was at least one other person in our group. We wrote this really quaint, Victorian-esque script about a misunderstanding, and there was a dance involved. I don't really remember all of it, but it was ridiculous, and we had a lot of fun. Our professor actually asked us if she could keep it and workshop with it in future years, and we're like, yeah, sure. So I don't know if she ever did or not, but it was cool. We had a lot of fun. Let's see. Oh, yes, Streamlabs. That is the link if you would like to donate to Streamlabs. I really hope that link works. Yeah, and so it's really great. Oh yay, it does work. I had to check. So yeah, for this camp and this event, I will be editing a novel that I've been writing on for ever. It's actually turned into a series, and the very first book I wrote back in 2008, 9, somewhere around there. I still haven't published it because I'm still not happy with where it is. But maybe someday I'll actually publish something. This is book 2 in that supposed trilogy. And yeah, so a little bit about me. I realize I haven't introduced myself. I am Dreaming Rose. I am a municipal liaison for the Augusta, Georgia region in the United States. I have been writing for Nano since the early 2000s. I want to say it was around 2006, 7, something like that. And then I changed my username on the site, and back then the only way to do that was to delete your account and create a new one. And so I lost a ton of data and stats and stuff. The municipal liaison is an official volunteer for NaNoWriMo for their region. We host write-ins and get-togethers. A lot of us host Discord channels. And we just really try to bring people together to write and pursue that creative spark, whether you intend to publish, whether you intend to not even let your cat read it, you know, whatever you want to do. It's about being creative and getting to put a piece of who you are and what your heart is on paper or Scrivener or whatever. You know, write it on the walls if you want to, as long as it's your house. So there is another municipal liaison here in my region. She is the Red-Headed Witch, and I adore her. She helps me out so much. She and I have been MLs since 2018. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Alrighty, so yay. We are going to run a few sprints. My sprints run for 15 minutes, and then between each sprint we will have a 10-minute break. We also have probably a little bit longer break right in the middle of my stream so that we can get up and stretch and grab a drink, snacks, and all of that fun stuff. And yeah. Ooh, and the 100 hours admin team recently decided we needed a mascot, and so we have bunnies. Mine is Mr. Scribbles, and he sits on my desk to help keep me motivated to keep writing. So Mr. Scribbles, he's so cute, because bunnies are kind of our thing. You'll notice on our starting screens and our ending screens, and anybody that uses the screens designed for this event that were done by the amazing Titch with Pitch, and we've got bunnies. We've always had bunnies, and that's kind of a thing with Nano, is the plot bunnies. So they're so great. All right, so we've got about 30 seconds before our first sprint, and we'll get this thing going. If my audio, video, anything like that isn't working right, please let me know in the chat, and I will do what I can to fix it. Yeah. All right, y'all ready for this? Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, let's see. Oops. Yeah. Da, 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 da. And turn the brake off turn the right on. There we go. Everybody write or edit or whatever. Alright, and that is time. Yay! Okay, so how many words did y'all get, or minutes editing? I edited for the full 15 minutes. Yeah. Honestly, most of my 15 minutes was fixing spelling. I can't spell, y'all. It's bad. So many red squiggly lines, and oh my gosh. Cake? I want cake. Let's share the cake. The cake is a lie. Yep. Alright, so 15 minutes for me. 607 for Smut Geek. I like it. 383 for Laurel Solo. And 273 for Maven Maverick. I like it. Low carb, sugar free cake. Those words should not go together. Yeah. I'm just not sure about that, Maven. Yes. My grandmother was diabetic. My mom's diabetic. My mom-in-law is diabetic. I'm not, so far. Fingers crossed there. But yeah, the things you do. And then, like, my mom, a couple of years ago, developed an allergy to chocolate. Like, makes her lungs and things, not work. She can't breathe. And yeah. Because she had gone into, the ER, and they're like, well, it's probably this medicine you've been taking. And she's like, I've taken this medicine for years. And they're like, yeah, allergies are weird. And so she stopped taking it, and it still kept happening. And it ended up being the cup of hot chocolate she was having every night. And then it got a bit more severe to where if there was, cocoa of any kind and like a coffee or anything, she can't breathe. So yeah, it's very, very sad. I love chocolate. Chocolate's one of my favorite things in the world. So I'm snacking on the little Red Hot mints. And trying not to go through my entire bag of dark chocolate blueberries in my first stream. Because I will be streaming 3 times during this event. So I need to space myself. All right. Do either of my mods have a total for the words written during that sprint? Oh, I think you did. Let's see. The next 2 times I'm streaming will be in the middle of the night for me. And yeah, like 4 a.m. tomorrow morning and 2 a.m. Sunday morning. It's gonna be fun. Let's see, Laurel Solo asks, what is everyone's goal this month? Mine is to still be breathing at the end of the month. No. Seriously, but not really. I'm just trying to get as far into editing this book as I can. It's such a jumbled mess, as most Nano novels are, because, you know, when I write for Nano, I turn off the spell checker, I turn off the editing, and I don't go back and read things, and I just, you know, throw words at the document. And that results in a lot of words and a lot of chaos. So now I have to go back and try and link it all together and see what the subplots are I missed and put everything back. Let's see. Maven Maverick has a goal of 25k. That's not bad at all. Smut Geek says, I'm finishing a short story. Draft, edit, beta, submit. Very nice. An anthology in August. Anthologies are so fun. Laurel Solo says 50k, but they'd really like to hit 60k, which is awesome. Awesome. And then Smut Geek says word count is 20k. Wrapping it up today at what will be 16 to 17k, which is workable. Absolutely. I did 15 minutes of editing, so we're counting minutes edited as well. Monster lovers. I love monsters. Monsters are so great. Yeah. Yeah, a short story with, 20k is longer than several I've read in anthologies. Novelette. I like that word. Yeah. I know there was a writing challenge I participated in a few years back. I didn't actually get to the submission stage because life happened and I didn't hit the word count required. But they wanted 20k for the draft submission. But in the actual anthology, it was, I think, 15k or under because they expected to need editing, So, thank you for... Do we have totals? How many words were written in that sprint? I think I'm the only editor. I don't, mainly because I've never published, so I don't really have any readers. But I have several friends who are published authors, and they do mailing lists. So I know a friend of mine, JD Monroe, she sends out a mailing list letter about once a month, and she always includes the antics of whatever her cat is up to lately. And so it's so much fun because, of course, she gives us insight into the books she's writing and what's going on, and any cons or events she's been to, virtually or not, thanks to last year. And but yeah, I always look forward to the pictures of her gorgeous little calico cat. So yeah. Woohoo! 1,283 words and 15 minutes worth of editing for that sprint. That is awesome, guys. Well done. No advice to give, but the ones I receive are like book cover reveals for others and sales, behind the scenes, events, releases, etc. Yeah, I think once a month is really good because any more than that and I quit reading them. I just have so much else going on that, you don't want your newsletter to feel like spam to your readers. And so, you're getting a puppy next week? Aww. Australian Shepherd Pitbull mix. Oh my goodness, that is going to be adorable and large. Oh, my parents have a German Shepherd named Maggie, and not Maggie, sorry, Gracie. And she's so much fun. She's 9 years old this year, 8 or 9, something like that. Yeah, I think she was born in 2013. I don't know. I'm a cat person myself. I like dogs. I just don't want them. But we have 2 cats, my husband and I, and one is a orange tabby named George, and I'm positive he will show up during my streams at some point. I think the only reason he's not in here right now is because he's asleep in my husband's lap in the other room. And then our other one is Corey. He's a smaller black and white tuxedo, and he is our indoor-outdoor hunter cat. So he's a mess. We tried to make him indoor only early in our cohabitation with him, but he protested the litter box, and after he peed on my computer, he got to go back outside. Yeah. So, but they're both really good cats. They're both rescues. They both found us, and we took them in and keep up with their shots and vaccinations and vet visits and all the things. And we love them very dearly. Oh my goodness, he's the runt of the litter. Runts are so fun. Sometimes they stay small and sometimes they get big. Oh. Let's see, I recently developed a severe allergy to cats. Oh no. I had a very good friend in college. His nickname was Shaggy. And he too was allergic to cats. But he and his wife ended up getting some of the hairless cats, the naked cats. and that worked really well with his allergies. So it was really great. these hairless cats, they always looked mad because they're so wrinkly and just mad. Yeah. Petting them was interesting. It felt like petting crushed velvet. It was really kind of cool. Oh, break time's up. So we should write some more or edit or whatever it is you do. This is why I have a break timer, because I can talk. All right, here we go. work now? Yay, it works! Oh, you guys. There's always a technical glitch somewhere. Goodness gracious. All right. No, I'm over here talking away and my mic wasn't on because somehow a extra menu got opened somewhere that locked everything down until I found it. So at least I didn't have to reset the entire Streamlabs OBS because I'm pretty sure that would have lost the stream. So yeah. I do apologize for the cicadas. You're probably hearing them screaming outside. I can't do anything about that. So, yeah. Alright. So, I had 15 minutes of editing there. Alright. So, let's see. Smut Geek had 450 words and finished their draft. That is fantastic. Good job. 278 for Maven. Hey, that is consistent. Like, super consistent. 572 for Laurel Solo. And... aww. As long as it's happy tears, Smut Geek, you're totally free to cry, but, you know, don't be sad. Finishing a draft is awesome. All right. 372 for writing Juju. Well done. And then 15 minutes for me. All your cicadas died off a couple of weeks ago? Oh my goodness. Yeah, ours were late coming in here in the Georgia, South Carolina area. I technically live on the South Carolina side of the Savannah River. Even though I ML for Georgia, it's, you know, 10 minutes away. So, but yeah. The cicadas are a bit different from the crickets we have here, because at night we have a lot of crickets, and I'm sure y'all will hear them on my streams in the early mornings. But the cicadas during the day are something else. They feel like they have to drown out the traffic or something. I don't know. Yeah. In Tennessee, but in a weird pocket without them. Yeah. Yeah, I have a friend in Indiana who the cicadas came in early in her area, and she's like, they just scream all the time. I'm like, oh my goodness. All right, so 1,672 words with 15 minutes of editing for that sprint. That's awesome. Good job. So that gives us a total of 2,935 words for this stream so far, and 30 minutes of editing, which is awesome. All right, so we are an hour into my cute little 2-hour stream. I am gonna throw up the I cannot understand how people write so fast. 200 words in 15 minutes. Yeah, writing in a different language definitely changes things. Oh my goodness. I cannot even imagine. I mean, occasionally I will try and throw a dialect of some kind into my writing. And even that takes time, even though it's still my native language. You know, adding accents is nothing. It's weird. So tossing in an entire different language has to be totally bizarre. Used to average closer to 500. It really varies for me in the actual writing. At some of our write-ins, I've been able to do 2,000 words in that 2 hours we spent, but not all the time. A lot of times I'll be somewhere between the 300 and 500 number for a 15-minute sprint. We have a couple of rhymos that can put up, 800 words in that amount of time, and I'm like, how do your fingers move that fast? So, yeah, that seems about right. All right, so everybody stretch, move, freak out the camera. Grab some snacks if you need snacks. Get up, stretch. I am gonna throw up the be right back screen for just a few minutes. It's gonna have a 10-minute timer on it. I will be back long before that. But I need to refresh my drink, and that means going in the other room to do so. So I will be right back. Everybody, stretch, move, hydrate, and yeah, you're gonna go crash? All right, well, have a good sleep, and I'll see you later, because, we'll be back. We're doing this for 40 hours. We've got 39 hours left. All right, be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah. Got me some Canada Dry cranberry ginger ale in my rainbow mug. I love this mug. It makes me happy. I'm just not sure what is up with the white balance of this camera. It keeps washing me out. Maybe I moved too much. I don't know. Can you believe an hour has already passed? We're an hour in. I also grabbed me some Scottish shortbread cookies. I love the Scottish butter shortbread cookies. One of my local grocery stores has a really great international section that has a lot of treats from Europe, and it makes me very happy. It will be Sunday way too soon, Maven. I know, right? The Scottish shortbread cookies are so good, and they're really great with coffee. I'm a coffee drinker, but and then I do have some Annas that are Swedish thins. Pepparakaka? I don't know, but they're really good too. A local English pastry shop that you've recently discovered. Oh, that is just wonderful. We have some good places to eat around here, but the really good authentic places, like we had this amazing Irish pub for a while, and it lasted maybe a year, and then it all fell apart, and I'm like, no. And I'm originally from Texas, and so finding Mexican or Tex-Mex food that's on par with what I could get back in Texas has been interesting. Good Tex-Mex on the East Coast is impossible, pretty much. I did find, when I was down in Orlando in January, there's a little place called Del Taco, and they do decent Tex-Mex. It's not spicy enough, if you like spicy, but they actually had legitimate refried beans. And so, yeah, Del Taco is out of California, I think so. But they're very reminiscent of a place in my hometown called Taco Villa. And so it was close enough, and, you know, way better than Taco Bell, because Taco Bell is I have a friend from Southern California, and her search for decent Mexican food here was also thwarted. So, but Californian Mexican and Tex-Mex are kind of two different things, but they're both really good. When I go back to my parents for Christmas, we always hit up our local Tex-Mex places, like the first thing. And Whataburger. Whataburger is just awesome. Washington State. I set foot in Washington State for all of an hour. Once I was on a trip with some friends to Oregon, and we crossed the border for, just a few minutes. I'm sorry, Laurel. It's not good for my snacking habits either, apparently. Yes, the Mexican food in SoCal is amazing. And it's special. And you don't really find it anywhere else. And it's like Tex-Mex in Texas is its own kind of special. So here in Georgia, I guess there's some really good pizza places and burger joints. I don't know. I was introduced to hibachi here for the first time, and I really enjoy it. But it's not local. So, it's apparently partly cloudy outside, and so the lighting in the room keeps changing, which keeps messing with my my camera, which I think is why it comes in and out. Yeah, in 2020, we didn't get to go back to Texas for Christmas because of the plague. And so it's been since Christmas of 2019 since I had real, true, authentic Tex-Mex. And I am so craving yellow queso and homemade tortillas and beef fajitas. Oh my goodness. Okay, I've gotta stop. Fried cheese? Like how fried cheese? I mean, we've got fried cheese curds, we've got mozzarella sticks. What is fried cheese? Hi, George. The George has come to say hello. See, there's Tail. Interesting. My husband is originally from Wisconsin, and so cheese is this big thing of his. Fried cheese curds. Oh my goodness, it's so good. And when my in-laws go up to Wisconsin, they'll bring us back fresh cheese curds. And my favorite that they've brought back though was a wildflower cheddar. Oh my god, was it good. Alright. So my break timer is up, which means we should probably stop talking about food and sprint. So I'm gonna try and refocus on my novel. Good luck, y'all. Alright, so that time I really did get lost in my novel. Hi, George. Cat. Everyone, this is George. He is my love bug. Yes. And he likes to be a part of things. And he really does not understand that I'm not talking to him right now. So, yeah. Hello, George. All right. 323 for Maven. That's awesome. 608 for Laurel Solo. 149 for Ruby Lee Lynn. Welcome to the stream, Ruby. And 478 for Riding Juju. That is awesome. Hi, George. Hi. Aww. George came to us in 2014 after a really bad ice storm here that caused massive devastation. We lost half a dozen trees in the backyard. Yes, 15 minutes of editing for me. Thank you. And a couple of weeks after that, there was still snow on the ground when George showed up on our back deck. And he was this scrawny little thing with open wounds and obviously starving. and we got him some food, and he was obviously a stray. You know, he wasn't someone's pet, but at the same time he was so much more interested in getting loves and attention and pets than he was the food, even though he was visibly starving. And so when he showed up again the second day, I told my husband, I was like, okay, we can take him to the vet, or, you know, we can do something else. And my husband was like, well, let's take him to the vet. And so we took him to the vet, and they cleaned him up and dressed his wounds and gave him a shot of antibiotics because he was running a fever, and told us to take him home for the weekend because he needed to be neutered. But they can't do that surgery when he's running a fever. So we brought him home, and we brought him inside, and him being a full-grown, well-endowed tomcat, he promptly marked the entire house that weekend. But then we took him back and got him neutered, and he's been my love bug ever since. And he's now a healthy 12.5 pounds as of his checkup yesterday. And yeah, looks nice and lean and is a very happy kitty. He does get stressed sometimes and will pull out his hair. Oh, yeah. Cassara, you're streaming next, right? So I'm going to be rating you in 25 minutes. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, my George distracts me very, very easily. And he gets between me and my screen. So, yeah. Alrighty. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Sarcasm is difficult in text form. It really is. Especially if you don't know the person well. Because all you can do is take the words literally. So, and sometimes even when you do know the person well, it doesn't come across great. Sarcastrophes. Mm-hmm. Oh, goodness me. But yeah, we will have their carrots. Carrots, as in like a ring? Carrots? Gemstone? Carrots. Ah! Carrots! Okay, I got it. I actually didn't know that was a thing. That those meant sarcasm. Huh. I learned something. Thank you, Rusty. My husband is big on the sarcasm. And so like for the first year of our marriage, because I'm a very literal person, you know, I say what I mean what I say. I don't really do a lot of subtlety. I'm a lot more blunt because I figure I want people to understand exactly what I'm saying, how I say it. And my husband, on the other hand, was very subtle and very sarcastic. And so for the first year of our marriage, I'm like confused because he'd say something and I'd be like, wait, what? So, let's see, 1,567 words for that sprint, 15 minutes of editing, with a total of 4,502 words and 45 minutes worth of editing so far, which is awesome. We will have one more 15-minute sprint, and then we'll have about 5 minutes to chat and make sure that Sarah is up and running before we raid over to her, and then she'll take us off on this next stream. It's very exciting. I love these events. I love how we can just, you know, go unbroken over and over for so long without any of us actually having to stay awake for 40 hours. Although my brain this morning was telling me that I was going to be sitting at this desk for 40 hours straight, and I'm like, no, brain, that's not how this is gonna work. And brain is like, aha. No. After this, I think it's time for lunch for me. Yeah. Of course, I will be moderating for, you know, Sarah's stream, so I will be in the chat for theirs. And yeah, very exciting. I'm very excited. This has gone really, really well. I'm really happy that all of y'all have come and joined up with us, and I had a really great turnout. It says we currently have 16 viewers. I think at one point we were up to 21, and which is great for mid-afternoon on a Friday, or at least mid-afternoon here. So yeah, it's very exciting. I'm very excited. 22. Oh, hey, that's even better. Yeah, 23 if you count the George. Hi, the George. Yeah. Alright, so we are going to do one more sprint. And yeah. Alright, so let's see if I can see through the George. He is participating. He very much is. Yes. He likes to drive the mouse. He will come, and I have a trackball mouse. And so I don't move my hand to move the mouse. And so George will come over and lay over top of my hand. All right, last sprint of my stream, and here we go. And that's the end of our last sprint, in all good theory. Let's see. Hi, George. I need to be able to see my buttons, babe. All right. So let's see. 231 for Maven. 605 for Laurel Solo. Yes, this is my kitty. This is George. He's one of my 2 boys. Oh, hi, George. Mwah. Hi. He likes kisses. 15 minutes of editing for me. Which brings me up to an hour of work, which is awesome. Anybody else get any words? We have words from Maven Maverick and Laurel Solo. Channel points. I would love to have channel points, but you have to be affiliate first, and I haven't quite made it there yet. I keep saying I'm going to start streaming more regularly, and it just hasn't happened, but I hope to. 190 for Ruby Lee Lynn. He's Yes, post your word count for the sprints in the chat, and Furwiser is keeping a record of them, and we will have totals for what we wrote here. Also, our totals will be added into totals for the entire stream. And so at the end of 40 hours, we can look and see how many words were written for these 40 hours and how many minutes were spent editing, which is really, really awesome. Right, so as soon as Sarah M. Norris goes live, we will be raiding over to their channel. And hi, and that'll be awesome. 1,026 words for that sprint. Fantastic. 5,528 words for my entire stream and 60 minutes of editing. You hear that, George? I actually got some editing done today. All right. So let's see. Oi. All right, so it looks like Sarah is live. Oh, all right. Sweet. Okay, y'all. Well, I am going to send you all over to Sarah's channel, and I'll see you back here in about 12 hours. We'll be back on my channel. So I hope y'all all have a great day and get lots of fun stuff going. And here we go. Bye.
to follow.
It's time.
Will you be joining me?
I'm in.
What have you done, Witcher?
Brilliant.
Geralt's usually so stingy with the details. Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh Valley of Plenty. Whoa.
Hi. Awesome. Okay. Oh my god, thank you so much everyone for the follows. Granted, again, I'm kind of forcing it on people. I need to remember how to change this. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I should I should have done this beforehand, so I am really sorry. Okay, I think I might have to be like in like actual Twitch settings, so might have to change that later. So again, sorry everyone. But yeah, so I've never seen that one. I've